Imagine this. You have found this perfect piece of land where you want to build your dream home. You quickly rush in to buy it, only to get banned because you failed to go through these essential steps you should have taken before buying the property in Kenya. In the next few minutes, we'll explore steps that will save you from costly mistakes and even legal trouble. These are the things you must do before buying land in Kenya. This information could be the difference between you owning a dream property or landing in a nightmare. So stick with me till the end, because what I'm about to share can save you time, money, and endless frustration. Number one thing you should do is always conduct a survey. A survey is not just some formal process, it's a necessity when it comes to buying land. A survey is basically a way to figure out where exactly your land begins and where it ends. It helps define the boundaries of a property so you can know what land is actually yours. Surveys do more than just show boundaries. They uncover hidden issues like easements. An easement is when someone else, like the public or your neighbors, have the right to use part of your property. For example, there could be a road crossing your land that people need to use, or an underground pipe that serves nearby houses. This limits you how you can use the land. Having such information can help you make a greater bargain for the land or even save you the trouble of failing to make better use of your land. I'm sure you don't want surprises, like someone coming to claim part of your land as theirs, or wanting to drill a borehole only to be told that there are underground sewers or water pipes under your land. I once heard of a client who skipped this step. It turned out that their dream plot was actually crossed by a public footpath. And guess what? They couldn't build where they wanted to be. Always do a survey before making any purchase to know the exact boundaries and any hidden claims. Step number 2 is conducting an official search. A search is an official check at the government registry to see who actually owns the property. A search will tell you if the land is registered, if the seller is a true owner, and if the property has any issues like loans attached to it. Now, this is important because in law, you cannot get a valid title if the seller is not the rightful owner of the property you want to buy. Failure to conduct a search is thus fatal. Trust me when I tell you should never fail to do one. The law will not save you when you purchase a property from a fake owner. The third thing you should do is always investigate the condition of the property by conducting a physical search. Failure to do so may result to a very costly mistake. When you're buying land on an assist basis, you need to see it in person. Walk around the ground, check any structures, and ask any questions like, are there squatters? Is there someone occupying the land? Where are the beacons of this land placed? These are the crucial things you must know before you sign any agreement. Buying property on an assist basis means that taking the property in its current state, you cannot complain later if the property has issues. When buying any land, be it in the rural areas or in the urban areas, always use the government infrastructural plans before you purchase the land. Having infrastructural plans before purchasing the land lets you know if the government is about to make any developments in that area in the future. By looking at government infrastructural plans, you can make smarter decisions. Government infrastructural plans are detailed plans that show where the government is planning to build roads, sewer lines, water pipes, and other infrastructure. Now, if you can buy land near where new roads or railways will be built, the value of a property can skyrocket over time as more people will move in and businesses will develop. Think of having bought earlier near Dongokundu in Mombasa and Kwale or Konza City years before the projects were birthed. Suddenly, your once remote land becomes more accessible, businesses move in, and property value shoots up. And that is what we call smart investing. Always check these government plans to see where new infrastructure has been built. This will help you invest in land that has a high chance of appreciating in value. Another thing you should always consider is the payment methods. Always choose a bank that makes it easy for you to transact. Use a bank that can initiate fast transfers so your payment is quick and traceable. It will make everything easier on both sides. Always have a lawyer involved. You always need an advocate when buying property because advocates guide you through the local process. When it comes to legal processes, advocates will ensure that the contracts are airtight and that you're not missing anything. An advocate will make sure that the paperwork is correct, the contract is fair, and that you are legally protected. In property transactions, legal language can get complicated and mistakes can cost you dearly. A good lawyer will do the heavy lifting, making sure that the property is free from any legal disputes and that you are actually getting what you're paying for. To know if your lawyer is qualified, visit the Law Society of Kenya website. You can find its link in the description down below. These are my final thoughts and the cost of skipping these steps. If you skip any of these steps like survey, official search, or hiring an advocate, you could land in hot water. And the worst part, the law won't always be there to save you because in most cases, ignorance is not a defense.